Let's look at the construction of an ellipse using rectangle method. Construction of an ellipse using rectangle method. The question I'm going to use, I'm going to read it out right now. The question says that inscribe the largest possible ellipse in a rectangle of side 160 millimeters and 100 millimeters. I will read the question again. The question says inscribe the largest possible ellipse in a rectangle of sides 160 millimeters and 100 millimeters. That is the question. So what we are to do first is to construct a rectangle whose length is 160 millimeters and the width is 100 millimeters. So let's see how this construction can be done. So I'm going to draw a horizontal center line like this. Okay, so here we have the horizontal center line. Then I'm going to draw a vertical center line here. So I'll draw a vertical center line. So somewhere in the middle of the line. So take note, the length of the rectangle is 160 millimeters, while the width is 100 millimeters. So we draw a vertical center line here. Alright, so we have this as vertical center line. The next thing that we are going to do is that we divide 160 by 2, and that will give us 80 millimeters. Then before that, so let us call this point here where the two lines intersect. So let's call it point O. Okay, so let's call it point O here. Then we take a measurement of 80 millimeters. We divide 160 by 2, so that will give us 80 millimeters. So we take 80 millimeters to the left side here, and we take 80 millimeters from point O to the right side. So this is 80 millimeters, so making 160. So let's call this point, this is point A here, and we call this point, we call it point B. So here we have B here. Then we divide 100 by 2, so which is the width of the rectangle, and that will give us 50 millimeters. So from point O here, we take 50 millimeters down. So we take 50 millimeters down, and then we take 50 millimeters up, so making 100 millimeters. So we are going to call this point point C, and this point is point D here. So we have this now. So we are now going to turn this to a rectangle. So we turn it to a rectangle. So I'll come to this point here and draw a horizontal line. So draw horizontal line, so from here to here, and then I will come up here. So coming up here, I will also draw horizontal line. So draw to this side and then draw to this side. We have this. Then, so with the set square, I'm going to draw a vertical line through point B. So through point B. So take a vertical line through point B like this, okay, to touch this. And then, so we also come to point A. So we draw a vertical line through point A. So it goes like this. So we have the rectangle in place. Okay, I'm going to call this rectangle. Okay, so this rectangle, I'm going to call it rectangle. So we have this rectangle to be rectangle. So let's say this is point E. Okay, and this is F, and this point is G. Then here we have H here. So this is rectangle EFGH. Okay, now so we have constructed the rectangle. The next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to divide line OA and OB into a number of equal parts. So we decide on a number of equal parts that we want to put this. Okay, so I'm going to put it I will divide into 5 equal parts, So 80 by 5, as you know that OA is 80 millimeters and OB is 80 millimeters. So 80 by 5 gives us 16. So I'm going to take my ruler, so and take 16, 16, 16. So let me start from here. So 16 millimeters. So here we have, so this is 16 millimeters here. Then the next is 32. Okay, so 32. Then so let's just break it down to make it faster. So this another 16, and then the next one is 32. So we have it here. And coming to this side also, so I'm going to take 16 from here. So this is 16. So next is 32. So I have this. Then so from here, so I will take the next 16. So this is 16. Okay, so this is 16. Next is 32. This is 32. So the rest is 16. All right, so we have this point. So I'm going to number this point. I'll call this point. This is point 1. So this is point 2. So this point is point 3. So this is point 4. And so this is point 5 here. So I'm going to call this. So this is 1 prime. So this is 2 prime. And this is 3 prime, and then here we have this to be 4 prime. Then lastly, so this is 5 prime here, so we have this. All right, so then the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to divide AH and AE into 5 equal parts. We also do the same thing for BG and BF into 5 equal parts. So let's do that. So don't forget that AH and AE is 50 millimeters. AH and AE is 50 millimeters each. So 50 millimeters by 5, that will give us 10. So we take 10 millimeters each. So from this point, so take 10 millimeters each. So this is 1 and this is 2. So here we have this to be 3 and this is 4. So coming up here, so I will take 10 millimeters each. So this is 10 millimeters, 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So I have this. So I'm going to transfer this point with my t-square. So I'll transfer it to this side. So just mark this, then come to this point. So you mark. So come here. So mark it here, and then come up here. So mark this. All right. So then up here. So we also transfer it here. So I'll come up here. I will also mark this. So come to this point. So mark this. And the last one, so we also mark this, so 10 millimeters each. So I'm going to number this point. So on this side, so we are going to number it. So this one should be 1, okay, and this is 2. So this is 3, and this is 4. Then we have 5 here. So if you number this also 1, so this one should be 1, okay. So then you have this to be 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So coming to this side, so this will be 1 prime. So this is 2 prime. So this is 3 prime. Okay. So this is 4 prime. Okay. Then down here we also have 1 prime. This is 2 prime. So this is 3 prime. And this is 4 prime. So we have this. Okay. So now the next thing that we are going to do is this. So we are going to connect each of these points with point C. So I mean this 1 to 4, so we connect with point C, and also we connect 1 to 4 here, we connect to point D. So we do the same thing on this side. So 1 prime to 4 prime to point C, and here 1 prime to 4 prime to point D. So let's see how we are to do it. So we are connecting. Let's start from here. So let's connect. So 1 here to point D. So this is it. So you draw this line like this, and then come to this point 2. So draw this line to touch this point D, and then so you come to this point 3. So draw a line to touch this point D, and then come to point 4 here. So draw a line and connect it with point D. So we have this now. Okay. Then coming up here, so point 1. So draw a line from point 1, connect it with point C, then come to point 2 here. So draw a line, so connect it together with point C, and then point 3. Draw a line, so connecting it with C and point 4. So draw a line and connect it with point C. Then coming to this side, we do the same thing. So draw a line from 1 prime, so and connect it with point C here. So then draw a line from 2 prime, so connect it with C. So we have this. Then so draw a line from 3 and connect it with point C. Then draw from 4 prime and connect the line with point C here. Then so down here, so you are connecting 1 prime on this side with point D. So it goes like this. Then connect 2 prime with D. So it goes like this. Then connect 3 prime with point D. So it goes like this. Connect 4 prime with point D. So we have this. All right, so now, so you can see what we've done. So the next thing that we are going to do is this. So just pay attention. We are going to draw a line from point D. That line will pass through point 1, okay, on OA, and we stop on this line 1 here. This line 1 that we have here, it will stop on line 1. So we do the same thing from D. We draw the line passing through point 2 and to stop on this line 2. So we do the same thing from D, passing through point 3 and to stop on line 3. Draw a line from point D again, passing through point 4 and to stop on 4. Let's see how that is done. So set your ruler at point D like this, and then make sure you can see point 1 on OA. So draw a line from here, passing through point 1 and to stop on line 1 like this. Then again, so draw from D again. So draw from D. So draw the line passing through point 2 and to stop on line 2. Then draw a line from D again. So passing through point 3 and stop on 3. Then draw a line from D. Okay, so passing through point 4. So and it stops on 4. So we have this. Okay. Now we repeat the same thing from C. Draw a line. So passing through point 1 on OA and stop on line 1. Then draw a line from C again. So passing through point 2. So it goes like this. Okay, and it stops on 2. Then draw a line from C passing through point 3. Okay, so draw a line passing through point 3 and it stops on 3. Okay, then last one, draw a line from from C again. So passing through point 4. Okay, and it stops on 4 like this. Okay, so we have this point. Okay, so what we have to do now, just replicate the same thing on this side. So that's what you are to do. So that's what you have to do. So replicate the same thing. What I mean is this. So let's draw from point D. So draw from D passing through point 1 prime. So passing through point 1 prime and it stops on 1 prime. And then so draw from D again, passing through point 2 prime and it stops on 2 prime. Okay, then draw again from D, so passing through point 3 prime and it stops on 3. Then you draw again from D, passing through point 4 and it stops on 4. Okay, on 4 prime. So you can see it. Now, so you draw again from C, passing through point 1 prime and it stops on 1. So you draw again from C, so passing through point 2 prime, so and it stops on 2 prime. Okay, then you draw again from C, passing through point 3 and it stops on 3. So draw this line like this, so it stops on 3. Then you draw again from C, passing through point 4 prime, so passing through point 4 prime and it stops on 4 like this. Okay, so we have this now. So you can see what we have. So what we are going to do is to connect this point together. So let's bring out the point. So point B is part of the point that we are using, and this is point 4. So here we have point 3. Here we have point 2. We have 1. D is part of the point we are using to bring out the ellipse. So we have this point. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so we also have this point. So point C is part of it. So we have this point. So we have this point. So this point and this point. So then we are back to B. So now we take the French curve. So we take the French curve, okay, to join the point together. So we start this way. So set the French curve like this. Okay, so you can join 2, 2. So if you know that you can't join at once, okay, so you can join 2, 2, but for me, I can go this way to join this series of points together like this. Okay, so you can see it's very simple. Then so turn the French curve this way. So I usually turn it this way. Okay, so set the French curve. So make sure you can see all the points on the edge of the French curve, and then so you go this way, join this point together. Alright, so we have this now. So bring it down here. So set the French curve like this. Okay, so we have, so adjust it. So make sure you can see all the points. So I can go this way, joining this point together. So I have this now. Okay, so you can see it. Then, so you turn it this way. So here you have to be very careful. If you turn it this way, you have to be very careful. So I can see all the points arranged on the edge of the French curve. So I will go this way. Alright, so I have the ellipse. So this is the ellipse. This is how to construct an ellipse with the use of rectangle method. It's as simple as I've done it here. Thank you. Keep on practicing and God bless you.